So the Hindu religion is 5,000 years old. The Jewish religion, or according to what it's called today, the Jewish religion is 4,000 years old. Christianity is 2,000 years old. I'm quite sure there's something that's 3,000, but actually, yeah, there is a religion that's 3,000 years old. It's called Zoroastrianism. I have to look at the name again to register it, to fully register it. But one more time. Hinduism is for 5,000 years old. Jewish religion is Judaism is 4,000 years old. Zoroastrianism is 3,000 years old. Christianity is 2,000 years old. And the Nation of Islam is 1,400. Randomly mentioning this real quick. Randomly. Why? That Jewish religion, the second one, 4,000 years old, right? Now, we know the letter J wasn't a part of the English alphabet until 1524. 500 years ago exact. The white Jesus picture came out in 1492. Let's not forget, they just made us believe this white guy is the source of all moral authority. All of the religious beliefs are every religious text, before I get ready to ask the question I really wanted to ask, every religious text is a literal perversion of human history. All of them are. 4 words you can use to label and describe what the Bible is, what the Torah is, what the Quran is, and every religious text on this planet. They are all simply perversions, or they're all simply 4 things. And 4 words, you can label and describe all the religious texts with 4 words. They are literal perversions of human history. Or should I say literal perversions of sapient history. That's what all the religious texts on the planet are. They are literal perversions of sapient history. So here's my question real quick. If the letter J wasn't invented and/or wasn't a part of the English alphabet until the year 1524, how is it and/or what were the Jewish people called before the year 1524? Especially seeing how their religion dates back 4,000 years ago. 1800, according to what I've studied. Not 1800 BC. I believe it was 3rd century BC. If you just subtract 4,000 from, when you use the, because right now we're in the Pope Gregory calendar, right? Or the Gregorian calendar, Pope Gregory III calendar. That's the calendar we're using to keep track of the seasons and the cycles of the Father's heart, or the cycles of the earth, or as the planet moves and counts as year cycles. We use the Pope Gregory III calendar, or the Gregorian calendar. And then before that calendar was the Julian calendar, or the Julius Caesar calendar, right? The Julian calendar covers everything BC, before Christ, or what you would call BCE now, because y'all like to keep changing everything up. So before this here common era that we're in, BCE, that's what it's called, before common era. And then AD, so the BC and/or the BCE, the Julian calendar or the Julius Caesar calendar covers that time period, or labels and describes and/or dates that time period there. And then the Gregorian calendar and/or the Pope Gregory III calendar covers everything from year 1 AD until today, 2024 AD. So from year 1 AD and/or CE, which is just common era, because remember there's a before common era, then there's a common era, then there's a before Christ, and then an Anno Domini, or AD, meaning Anno Domini. Everybody thought AD meant after death, meaning after the death of Jesus Christ, or after the death of Yeshua. Yahweh Shai Yahuwah. After his death, that's what everybody thought AD meant, but no, it means Anno Domini. Anno Domini. Anno Domini is Greek for in the year of the Lord. Which Lord? Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh. That's the Lord that's AD is referring to. That's the year that AD is referring to. So what were the Jewish people called? The question that I have. What were the Jewish people called before the year 1524 AD or CE? What were they called before this time? I did some more studying, especially because let's not forget 4,000. Before I even go on, 4,000 using calculating with a Gregorian and a Julian calendar 4,000 years ago. What would that land on? Yeah, it would land on 1800. It would land on the 2nd century BC or BCE, right? So what were they called then? What were the Jewish people called? I did some more research. It turns out they were called some Iudeas or something like that. Iudeas or Iudeos, spelled Iudeas, like ideas with a U in the middle, with a U right after the I. Iudeas and Iudeos. Iudeos and Iudeas. That's what they were called, according to what I just studied. Then again, when this video posts, if a couple of people watch it and wonder the same question, what were the Jewish people called before 1524? What were they called? Because the letter J didn't come out until 1524. And the white Jesus picture didn't come out until 1492. We were just forced to believe that a white guy is the source of all moral authority. But in reality, no. We are. We're the source of all moral authority. The melanated people are. The white Jesus painting is a lie. It was invented in 1492. Right around the time of slavery, huh? Slavery was what? Y'all say 400 years ago? So 400 years ago from today, Gregorian calendar. In actuality, of course, it was longer than that. It was around the time of 1500, of the 1500s and 1600s. So yeah, 1524, 1619, slavery. Look up what happened in year 1 AD and year 1 BC so you can learn how the so-called recessive or the so-called white race, which in actuality are the recessive geneity, how they actually got an upper hand over us and was able to enslave the entire population of the world at one point. Meaning, due to what happened in year 1 AD and year 1 BC, they had a chance to be more than us globally. They had one time frame where they were more than us globally, and that was what year 1 AD and year 1 BC. In case you're wondering how we fell for everything and how we're falling for everything they want us to fall for today. No, black people are not stupid. We shouldn't even be called black people. Let's not forget year 1 AD and year 1 BC. Year 1 BC and year 1 AD. What happened there gave the recessive geneity globally a chance to outnumber us. They had a chance a couple of years maybe to be more than us in number, which is why we fell for everything else the following 2023 years after that moment there. Look it up. You'll find out what happened. Their leader slaughtered the world. Let's just say that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to ask though, and plus throw a few more other things in there as well to make the video more interesting. This is going to be a super short video. Only so I'm gonna try to make it short. I just want to close with one more statement. What were the Jewish people or the Judaism religion? What were they called before 1524? Because the letter J didn't come out until 1524. According to what I studied, they were called the Iudeos or Iudeas. That's all I got for right now. What was Jesus called then? If the letter J didn't come out until 1524 and the white picture didn't come out, how did he look and what was he called? Well, He was a melanated man who had many names. You had Emmanuel, what I would like to consider energy man, U-all-L. He was a melanated man who had many names. He was called Emmanuel. He was called Yahushua. He was called Yeshua. That specific incarnation right there, the one that happened, the one that brought an end to the BC cycle, that incarnation that brought an end to the BC cycle, he had names like Yahushua. He also had names like Yahuwah. He also had names like Yeshua. Bunch of Hebrew names. He also had a name. He also had Emmanuel. Like I said, those are 4 different names: Yeshua, Yahuwah, or Yahushua, Yahuwah, Yeshua, Emmanuel. And I have to study the story again, man. I can't wait to get my foundation right so I can jot my notes down and like just overwhelmingly decrypt the entire Bible. That's what I really look forward to doing. I can't wait to get my foundation. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May this question reach you all with integral grace and within integral benevolence. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.